What's happening, everyone? It's GBall, and I have a knife here to unbox for you, coming in from Vosteed. This is going to be a brand spanking new release for them, and at the time you are seeing this video, these will be available. Can't guarantee for how long. Those of you who like theme stuff and getting goodies with your knives are going to really enjoy this one. If this is your first time stopping by, welcome to GBall Vision. Drop a comment below. Let me know what your carry is for the day. This is the new cheese line from Vosteed, and look at all that stuff under here. So you get all kinds of goodies with this. If I can get this out of here. Let's take a look at them. They're doing this with a couple of knives. You get an RE patch there, microfiber cloth, and you get the drawstring pouch. Let's see what else we got in here. Vosteed branded on the side. And the knife we're going to be taking a look at is the forever loved Porcupine. Proceeds are going to go to an animal rescue from the cheese series, and that's what this is for, animal rescue. Still going to have all the things you love about the Porcupine, looking at 14C 28N blade steel, and then it's going to have this crazy double stacked G10 handle, which is really cool. I think there's only going to be one variant of each model that they did these in. I think there's 4 models. As far as I know, I haven't gotten to see everything, but I think there's only going to be one version of each. You have all that jimping, all the jimping you could ever need, top and bottom. This thing is just an EDC machine. Like I said, this is something fun and it's something charitable at the same time. On top of all that, you're getting a superb pocket knife. So it is a triple win in my book. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Porcupine, let's get a look at some measurements here. This is going to come in about 7 1/8. We have 2 and we're going to call it 2 5/8 of cutting edge, maybe a little bit more, and then about 3 1/8 of total blade. We'll do a couple of comparison knives here. We got the Vosteed Raccoon, and we have the Vosteed Raccoon Tie Slim on the bottom. And you'll see the Porcupine, it's a little bit more stout than both of those, but it's not quite as long. This will be a good comparison for you. The Spyderco Parrot 3 is going to line up directly with the Porcupine. The PM2 is going to be a little bit bigger. Our 50 ways baked in GBall Vision Hank here, and get a look at this pocket clip. I think the Porcupine in all these types of versions are going to come with a wire clip. You might get a milled clip with the Porcupine Tie Slim. Not sure about that one. This is going to work as it's intended though. It's going to be easy to carry. It's going to fit in a lot of different pants pockets or waistband seams. Good retention on the way in and out. It's going to be left-hand friendly. Wire clips, you know, they're not milled titanium clips aesthetically, but they do work well for the most part. When a company puts some effort into it, they are done well. They're going to carry nicely, and ergonomically speaking, a wire clip is pretty easy to deal with, at least in my opinion. So are milled clips, but when they intend to keep the price down, they, you know, there are going to be trade-offs to it. Now here we'll get the arch nemesis out and give this thing a weight check. I like to play a little game here on the channel where we guess the weight of the knives, and I always invite you to play along. You put your guess down in the comments, ounces or grams, whichever you prefer. Even if you already have a comment down there, go ahead and put your guess. And if you're enjoying this video, you like knives and EDC, make sure you're subscribed here to the channel. I'm going to give this a go here, and I'm going to say it's got a little heft to it. Thick G10 handles over top of the steel liners. It's got a pretty good heft to it. I'm going to say that it's coming in around like a 3.7 or so, somewhere in there. Ooh! That's not too bad. 0.3. Ooh, 0.2. I'll take that. You gotta expect they're gonna keep it pretty close to ratios if they can. 98 grams and 3.5 ounces. And if you're wondering, what does 3.5 ounces feel like? You know, is that a lot? Is that a little? No, that's not much at all. You know, you'll notice it a little tiny bit, but it makes you feel like you have at least a decent tool in your hand when you're using it. We'll get the calipers out now and get a couple of measurements on the handle and blade. 0.47 and 12 millimeters for the thickness there. Our blade stock thickness is coming in at 3 millimeters on the dot, 117 thousandths. Then we'll get a measurement here for the BTE, and that is going to come in, I'm a little high even, and that's coming down at 18 thousandths. Ooh, they brought that bad boy down nice and thin. Let's see how this cuts out of the box. And for that, we'll use our standard catalog paper here. Porcupine has a great blade shape and layout. You don't have thumb studs in the cutting path of your blade there, so a lot of people will appreciate that. And you just have a nice continuous belly there up to that pokey tip. So this is going to be one hell of a slicer. Many of us know Vosteed is going to put one hell of an edge on these knives. Even their $50, $60 lineup has killer fit and finish, great edges. You know, when you buy a Vosteed, you're going to be taken care of. Highly recommend. If you haven't gotten to check out a Vosteed knife yet of some kind, maybe not this version, but I would highly recommend checking out a Porcupine or a Raccoon if you're down in this type of price point. But if you've never, even if you aren't down in this price point, you usually spend more, but you haven't handled a Vosteed or a button top liner lock, this is an easy recommendation to make right here. You get to experience, a superb knife, good materials, a fantastic locking mechanism. You get a real detent in there, so it feels awesome to open this up. And then the bearings are going to make it nice and smooth on the close. So, this is going to have all the bells and whistles your little heart could want. We'll get our off-grid driver out here and take a look at the hardware situation. Non-tooled pivot looks nice and clean. We have their name out there on the blade, but it's nice and small towards the handle. Don't really mind that at all. It's clean and out of the way. Our body screws are going to be coming in at T8 there, which is good. T8 on the pivot, and it looks like T8 on the pocket clip as well. Yes, that is exactly what we want. And that is something you always want to check on a new knife is making sure all the hardware is going to be tightened up properly. You don't want to go losing a body screw or a pocket clip screw. That would be a crappy thing, right? So that is something to check when you get a new knife and check it throughout the knife's life as well. We'll run this through a couple of checks here. I mean, this is a Porcupine. It doesn't need any introduction. This has been a hot commodity over the last year or so, and they have sold 1 billion of these with the thumb studs, and they have versions with a cutout or a hole deployment. I don't think they did the cheese in those, but they do have those options out there. Micartas, G10s, all kinds of different styles of the Porcupine. We're going to introduce this Porcupine to the spine whacker here and see what this bad boy is made of. No movement up or down and none side to side here. We'll give it a pretty good tap out there towards the tip just to get us going. And another very good shot here. Close it and check it. That one was kind of soft. Let's see here. Double. Yeah, ooh, yeah. She gave the sting right back. This is awesome. Really cool. Vosteed, doing fun stuff like this, but, it's also for a reason, right? The animal shelter. That is a very kind gesture. I am a big fan of all kinds of animals. I like birdies and doggies myself personally. I like, a little squirrel and the The wire, you know, I like all kinds of stuff, really. But I think it is a great thing. Like I said, you're really killing 3 birds with 1 stone here in this knife. Solid knife, helping out, you know, a great organization. You get to experience a really cool lock. Let me know what you think of the Porcupine cheese down in the comments. I look forward to hearing from you. If you want to check this out any further, I'll have links to it down in the description. Hit that thumbs up button for me. It really helps this video out there to more people. And if you want to be sure to see more dope daily knife and EDC content just like this, make sure you're subscribed here to the channel. I'll pop up a couple of new videos you haven't seen yet. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.